guys, I hope you are staying healthy and happy. So, if you don't know, my name is Brittany. This is my son Sebastian, and I film videos based around the paranormal and mythological creatures. So, for today's video, I actually had a different video in mind. I filmed it, I edited it, it was completely done. And it was about shadow people. Now it was basically about breaking down what they were, and I'm going to actually refilm it, and I'm going to re-edit it, and it will be up tomorrow. Now, something weird happened with the video. It was completely done. I went to export it, and it would not export. So I tried this a few times and it still wouldn't do it. So I went and I deleted things on my iPad and it still wouldn't export. So I turned it off. I decided, okay, I'm not going to put it up tonight, as in last night. And so I decided not to put it up last night. And I was like, I'll just wait till the morning. Now, when I went to do it this morning, it still wouldn't show any parts of the video. So it's like, okay, well, maybe it's taking a little while to load. It did export, but the video was gone. It was completely black. It was still the same exact time frame that it was, but there was no video. So I have to refilm it, and I will get that up for you guys tomorrow. So I don't know if something just didn't really want me talking about it or what, because, I mean, I haven't filmed a ton of videos, but it's never happened before. So I will make sure to get that up for you guys. I will be putting a video up every day for 2 weeks, as long as something like that doesn't happen again. So make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss a single one. Now, we're actually going to read a paranormal story time. Now, this story, I did not read it completely before reading it to you guys. I kind of just briefly skimmed the first part of it, so I have no idea how it ends. And I found this story on Reddit No Sleep. Hey. Say hi. So the title of this story is I Played a Game with Death, and it goes, I played a game with death. I'm a guy in his early 30s, and I think I died. I'm sorry, I'm just panicking, because I know my time is once again running short. To start off, I'm the son of a business owner, a very successful one. Another company who recently rose to power wants to buy my father's company. The problem is my father died. I work hard to keep it just the way it was when he was alive, but being young at the time, he never got to teach me the business ropes and the such, so I don't really know how to keep the company up and running. I turned down the offer and threatened to fire anybody who thought otherwise. Threat was one of my power moves. I was glad I didn't need to use it often. Well, because I know it will get old fast, and they will no longer feel threatened by the said power move. We made it clear that we won't be considering nor accepting the offer. The CEO of the company told me, "You will regret this decision more than any other." At first, I didn't really care about the threat, knowing I would be safe and such. Boy, was I wrong. I started up my car, and like any movie cliche, death scene, my vehicle exploded. Only this time it was real. I blacked out, and when I awoke, I met a rather handsome young man wearing a business suit. He greeted me with a sinister grin and held out his hand. I presumed he meant to shake it, so I did. And then he spoke fast but very fluent. He told me I was murdered. I was panicking, saying I don't know what it feels like to have a kid or anybody to carry my name. He grinned at me and said, "I have something in store if you're willing," he said after a pause. I quickly asked what it is then. In a panicky tone, almost stuttering, he He grinned, but this time sinister, his eyes also seeming as if he was a hungry cat catching a fat rat for its meal. He replied with, "Since you were murdered and have helped a good amount of people, I will offer you a chance. Beat me in a game of chess, and well, you'll go back to living, and I'll even kill the CEO who took your life. You'll lose, and you'll go to hell and bring your entire family to hell. Your cousins, uncles, aunts, nieces, nephews, etc. Deal?" I considered the offer and accepted it. Being somewhat skillful in chess, I thought, how could he beat me if he didn't have any other people to play with? I feel like that's still a bad reason. As if reading my mind, he then responded, "I have to warn you, I won against that person you called the best chess player on earth. He was like a worm fighting a giant, completely useless. He made it very hard for me, almost impossible, but it still seemed like he let me win. The way he played, it was obvious he could have easily defeated me, but it was like he chose not to. He grinned at me after I won and said, almost laughing, 'Looks like you beat me. Well, you're going to live again.' He looked at me and gave me one last sinister grin before telling me to go out the door. It seemed like he made to appear, seemingly out of nowhere. We were in a white abyss, nothing but white as far as the eye could see. When I walked through the door, or got out, I awoke seemingly as if I died only seconds ago, but I was actually stuck in there for hours, maybe even days. A nice person brought me to the hospital, and the doctor said, 'You're lucky to get out of there almost unscathed.' While I was there, I saw the TV say CEO of the other company died of a heart attack. It seemed like he was telling the truth, that he would kill the CEO who took my life. But after that, it became clear on why he wanted me to win. He wanted the CEO's life, being it because the CEO's life was filled with corruption, greed, envy, maybe adultery. He wanted him. When I had gotten into the taxi I had called to bring me home, I noticed on the car side mirror there was somebody looking at me, wearing a suit, grinning. So that's the end of this story. So I don't know if it was actually death that he communicated. It seems like that's a very dark spirit. I would think that death is more unbiased, but that seems more like a devil than just death himself. But I think that it's definitely a bad omen to make that gamble, because I can almost guarantee that this guy followed this person who made the deal throughout, or will follow, because I think this is actually pretty recent, but will follow him through the rest of his life. Because when you make a deal with something dark, or you're making a deal that is just dark, it's not so cut and dry. It's not just he won a game of chess and he traded another life for his. It's not, it never turns out the way they say it will. So I want to know what you guys think. I think that's a pretty crazy story. I've definitely heard of things along this line happening. Not anyone that I personally know, but I do think it is pretty crazy. And if you are ever presented with any kind of deal that seems almost a little too good to be true, then I would just kind of not take it, because you don't know what you're taking it from. And I mean, he was basically, even though he was murdered by the CEO, then he's kind of taking the CEO's life, which that's not exactly right either. If you like the story and this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And again, I will be filming and releasing a video every day for at least the next 2 weeks. So please hit that subscribe button. It would mean so much to me. And I will see you guys next time.